Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another Dissect program. The man CEO, novelist, and of course, Nika. And we have a special guest tonight, one of our special guests tonight, from the Dominica Association, or should I say the Canadian Dominica Association, up here in the Toronto area. The president, Miss Andrea Alexander, is with us tonight. So, what's going
So we
on,
just
people?
dive it in. We just dive it into that, or we got to talk first. Which one? I
Well,
confused.
we're waiting for Andrea to pop up on the screen and then we can dive right in now.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Head dive. Good night, Andrea.
Good night. Good night.
What's going on? You good?
Not much. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being with us. This
It's
is
very
another host
funny.
of us. Host. She goes by the name of Nika, so we're gonna introduce her to you before we get
Like a
started.
nice meeting you. Thank you.
So what's going on,
Hi,
Andrea?
nice to meet
Nothing.
you.
You too. Nothing much. We're just here coping, like everybody else.
I hear that. So how has that been for you and the family?
If I can be honest, it's a roller coaster. When the sun is shining, we're good. When it's gray outside, the mood is heavy.
I
Nowhere to go.
I definitely hear that. I think we all in the same position, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I guess let's introduce you to the nation. Let the people know who you are.
Sure.
Mhm.
Well, like you said before, I'm the president of the CDOA, the Commonwealth of Dominica Ontario Association.
Hmm.
Um, you know, Living in Canada, part of the association from childhood, and so
Right.
it's like full circle. Yeah, but originally from the British Virgin Islands. My mother is from Dominica,
Hmm.
married to a Grenadian, so I'm just a bag of soup.
so so you like what we call in Dominica a bouillon then.
A big bouillon. My father from St. Kitts, so he's a real cook up.
Wow, yeah, you all over the
Hold
Caribbean.
on, novelist. I swear I heard Grenada.
Huh?
Yeah, my
Yeah, my
husband's Grenada.
So am I technically speaking.
Oh, okay,
Well, not
okay.
technically speaking. I am. I'm a born Grenadian to Dominican parents. That's how it is.
Got it. I know the feeling. I
I
know
know.
the
So so Andrea, what made you wanna I guess take on that role, or how did that role present itself to you, like being the president of the association?
That role presented itself to me by default. Um, if I can be honest,
Okay,
the president stepped down, and because I was the VP, I had to
right.
step up.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, but how has that role been? How have you been handling that role though?
Well, it's been all right to be honest. You know, any kind of leadership role, you have your challenges,
Right.
but it's been a journey, especially like transitioning now into COVID, trying to figure that out. But it was definitely a roller coaster. Like I said, I didn't see it coming, but it came. So just
Right.
roll with the punches. Yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine. So, COVID been, having us down for what, over a year or so.
Hmm.
Um, you know, in Toronto, we didn't have the usual picnic that we have every year. As far as, other events that the association keeps, right? Going into, I guess, summer and the rest of 2021, is there any, like, plans, maybe virtual or anything to have something from the association?
Well, the hope is that, like last summer, just as we were planning to do a community barbecue, like we were going to do a free community barbecue,
Right.
they just pulled the rug out from under us. So we were going to we were going to be in a park and find a safe way to gather, and we're still hoping that can happen this year. Hopefully, the numbers go down.
Right.
If that can't, in terms of virtual, I've been exploring different ways to bring DJs together. Maybe that's something we can do. So look out for a call.
Hmm.
Maybe we can do a night. We've partnered with other people. to try to keep the momentum, celebrating the independence. We partnered with Tampa and different associations from the diaspora. So, and other than that, so many people are doing a lot of these virtual gatherings. So it feels kind of, like,
repetitive, I guess.
yeah, like I myself get overwhelmed with the amount of events I have to go to online. I mean, I've never been so busy in my whole life.
Well, I guess for hopefully for now, it's what the new norm is, right? So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have our big boat cruise, that we've had to obviously cancel.
hmm
So maybe we might do something to try to replace that, just to keep people, so we can bring some Dominican artists together and see if we can do something like that.
I,
So
I I think that would be a good idea.
yeah,
You could probably still do the same uniform. Or is it green and white, right?
yeah. But
Uh,
even that we were trying to change last year. So
right,
we're trying to evolve the association a little bit,
right,
bring it forward a little bit. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So that's a good vibe. So
yeah.
I don't want to sound selfish here. I have two other co-hosts. I don't know if you guys have any inputs or should I continue? I don't want to be rude.
Well, personally speaking, you were the one who came up with the questions in the first place, so just continue.
Okay, so
But you can read a question, my goodness.
No, no, no. You tell you I don't like reading questions. I like to
Okay.
drop my questions fresh, top of the
Well,
dome.
see, now you're scaring me. You see?
No, 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 no.
Oh
You don't
God.
gotta be you don't gotta be afraid
Okay.
because you mentioned the boat cruise and that was and novelist, thank you for giving me that space because something bumped. How has well, I guess the boat cruise would have been a big source of income for your organization. Um, what not being able to put it on, how did it affect you all, and has it made you all less effective in terms of implementing some of the action plans that you may have had?
Well, yeah, like anything, right? Like I think, no one expected it. When COVID started, we all expected a 2 week stay home. And now it's going on almost a year and a half to 2 years. We're all gonna be home. So in terms of revenue, yeah, it did generate revenue, but more than anything, it brought people from all over the world together, all Dominicans from all over the world together. Anyone who came for Caravana kind of was gonna go to that boat cruise the night before. So it was one of the big ways we brought people community together. So we missed that. I mean, we don't generate that much revenue because as things go up, if we start raising ticket prices, people get excited and angry. So you kind of break even anyways, but it doesn't. The association is not a revenue generating organization. So we kind of just play it ear by ear most times.
right. Nika, you had a question?
Oh yes. Since I was vice president before, did that
Mhm.
help you prepare for being a president just a little bit?
I don't think it necessarily helped me with this
Okay.
organization. Can you hear me?
Nika,
Yes.
we having a
Yeah. In terms of in
It's
terms of
breaking sometimes. Right. Yeah.
in terms of being VP before, um, no, but I've worked with so many other organizations, so I think I may have been more prepared from the community work that I do outside of the association. The VP kind of just always works in the background, so I guess technically, in terms of knowledge, it may have helped me in terms of community, but not necessarily prepared me for the role because I've been doing this kind of stuff outside of the CDOA before.
Nice. So, actually, how would one go forth if you wanted to join the association? How would somebody go along that?
So anyone who's on the executive has to be a paid member, and that membership is $20 for a
Okay.
year. So you have to be a paid member. And then once that happens, there is an election, but with transition, sometimes you have to do a call out, and then people get nominated for the board outside of the elections if you don't get all the seats filled. So it's not rocket science. So simple nomination vote. in terms of general elections. And then after that, if someone happens to drop out or something happens, then you can go out to the membership and see if anyone wants to be on the board.
Okay. See, you're saying something, man.
Yeah, no, I had a question to ask you about.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Another question again.
Sure.
So, because this one is another technicality.
Oh,
So,
oh.
no, it's one that just popped in my dome.
Go
And don't
ahead.
be afraid. I'm not gonna.
You,
It's not gonna be hard.
you see, you say you have grenade in you, so I'm afraid I even more now. That oil down kind of blood there. I don't know.
But you should be used to that. You're married to it.
Aye.
Exactly.
Trust me, it's always a controversy with them.
No, they jab the stick over sometime.
Yeah,
But don't worry.
exactly.
I have it under control tonight.
Okay, okay.
But so now being the president of the CDOA,
Mm-hmm.
that technically makes you the face of the Dominican diaspora in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Technically,
Mm-hmm.
how do you see yourself as that face? How do I say that? How does it feel to have that role? And is it a heavy? Do you feel overwhelmed sometime, or are you rising to the occasion like a phoenix? According to Triple K in their song.
Out of the ashes.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you because I didn't have the advantage of having time with people before the lockdown, and like it keeps coming back to that because it was such a quick thing. But before that, I mean, people would have known me anyways because I've always been around the association, right?
Right.
But in terms of the role of president, people hold on. They hold on to who used to do what, how, and who was there for how long, and so it definitely makes it a challenge
Right.
with our community, but oh well, it's okay. Like, because we are who we are and we can rise to the occasion, we're gonna do that. That's what we do, you know? So as far as I'm concerned, I am who I am and I'm not trying to live up to anybody else's legacy. So when you see me, what you get is what you get. And if you don't like it, hopefully I can convince you that I'm a good person. Let's ride the train together. But if they don't want to ride that train,
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Boy, that sounds like a sample I play every afternoon now.
Yeah.
If you don't like this music, then
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Deal with it.
Exactly. It's
So
hard. It's hard.
seeing we on that subject there. So before you were defaulted into presidenthood,
Yeah.
the support that the association had before, is it still there? Like, do you still have that support? Like,
I'm gonna tell you, we have some people who secretly support,
okay.
right?
Hmm.
So they'll send nice little messages quietly. But I think people's loyalty stays public in terms
Yeah.
of, and our events are good. So I think people are committed to community. So no matter whether I'm there or not, they just want to be together. So there's always going to be the critics and those who will drop off.
Right.
But sometimes you have to let people drop off so no people can come on.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. And speaking of new people coming on, I've seen the association in the last, well, minus last year. So in the last 3 years, I would say I've seen a lot of new faces. Maybe it's just me seeing them now, or I mean, they probably were always there. But I've seen some younger faces as far as the female part goes, anyway, right? Is it the same with, like, do you guys get young males that's joining the association or wanting to join the association?
I don't know. It's hard to get anybody to volunteer, but definitely always younger men, it's hard to get them to volunteer. I don't know why. Maybe, some of the board roles, like they'll help.
Right.
They'll come out, they'll support, they'll help, but it's hard to get them to sit on the board. I'm not sure why,
Right.
because you need that well-rounded, in how can I say this? You need everybody's angle. So
Right.
if everyone can give their input, then it makes it for better than you're trying to please the majority. And then when you aren't able, because I'll never be a man,
Right.
so I can't think like a young man. I can only ask a question. So,
Right.
if I say to you, what do you want? And if I need your help to do it, if you're not there to help me, then you're not always going to get what you want.
Right.
But yet people want to sit down and criticize, oh, you don't do this and no, you don't do that. But sometimes
Sure.
we don't have the ability because we don't know how,
Right.
and we need the help. So volunteering is the hard part, you know.
Right.
People don't like volunteering
Yeah.
because everyone wants to make money from something. But it takes commitment and it takes work. So sometimes we just need people to jump on board and help us. But that's been hard to get people to commit to the work
Right.
because you're doing it for free, right?
Yeah. Sure.
And people don't say thank you very often.
Nope, they don't. Times have changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hernica said "Ill you up" one time, so
Hi, Biz.
Um, see you as another question.
Okay, let's
No,
go.
this time it's not. Shouldn't be too much of a hard one to answer.
Nah,
Cause
you've been good. You've been good. I can
uh,
handle you.
all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, thank you. At least somebody finally says that the CEO is not being controversial. Question. So besides just putting on this event at during Caribana, the boat ride,
Hmm.
what other sort of what other stuff, other things is the association involved in besides putting on social events?
We used to be heavily involved in the seniors event where we bring, the senior community together and have information sessions for them and whatnot. I think one of the things we tried to do was a spelling bee for the younger people. Again, pulling teeth, opportunity for children to read and win money. And you would think we were giving them poison. Like it was hard to get people to sign up, giving them an opportunities,
Oh,
in terms of other than social. We're always involved in different partnership opportunities. Like we're under the umbrella of another organization that, we're looking at doing mental health issues and whatnot. So this year we're looking at different things that have really impacted Black people, not just Dominicans, but, mental health issues and stuff like that. So we're looking at unfolding that stuff,
right.
but again, it's been different people in the organization. So Dominicans like social. So we did the breakfast club, the picnic, the boat cruise. They like social events. So
Right.
yeah, but getting people to participate in those things that they really need to pay attention to sometimes it's a little bit harder.
Most definitely. And yeah, the social thing with that was going good for a minute.
Yeah,
The breakfast vibes. I never
yeah,
got a chance to go because I
I
was had
have
to
a
be on the
question
air. But
myself.
was
yeah.
that Nika?
Yeah, so I have a question myself. I've been part of I mean, nonprofit organization before, and I know that there's a major problem that we usually have is that we brainstorm a lot and we don't accomplish much. So I wonder if like you have the same issue as a president. Well, since you have new people and innovation, and everything. So I wonder if you have these kind of issues and what do you do to like work with it or accomplish goals and on time.
Yeah. With anything, leadership is not just about dictatorship. And so I think
Yeah.
sometimes as a leader, you kind of got to listen to the argument or listen to the bickering because everybody has an opinion. And then it's about reining it back and trying to bring everybody to the same goal. Like, what is the goal of that argument? And so when we don't have a goal, I kind of get um, I become the authoritarian because I want them to focus. Like we need to focus on what we're trying to achieve.
Right.
So it's always when you have different people at a table, you always have different characters. And so like any TV show, you're like, what's the point of this show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so we always try to focus it and rein it back to what the real issue, what we're really trying to achieve. So that's a challenge, right? And then as a people, we love to argue for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even we all have the same goal sometimes, but we're arguing just because and we want our voices heard. So sometimes you give some minutes for people to express themselves, and then it's about reining it back. So yeah, I think with that you're always gonna have but just trying to keep everyone on the same agenda is the task at hand.
Yeah.
I will tell you one thing. I would
So, do you
not.
have any like a lot of goals that was brainstormed yet and that are yet to come? Like, how many? Do you
Um,
think you're gonna accomplish them by the end of the year, or by the end of how? Wait, how long do you stay as a president?
I've been the president almost a year now. Almost a year now, and yeah, we just before like we had some great ideas, and we wanted to switch things up a little bit, and then this friendly disease that just loves everybody just kind of made us detour. But we want to always do things that's going to bring people together and try to spice it up, keep some of the old stuff because they work and they're good and people look forward to them, they know it, they have history, so we want to keep that, but we always want to bring some flavor. But we also want some new blood. So, if we get some new blood, like I said, I'm there by force, not because I really ran for the role. But I don't quit. I'm
Well,
not a quitter. So
yeah, but nonetheless, you're playing the role, right?
yeah, I'm trying.
So
I'm trying my
So
best.
yeah,
how how can we help, or like when I say we, I mean even us on Dissect here, TDN as a whole, the people that's watching, how can we help you guys?
Yeah.
And I guess we'll get your connections and all that stuff. But what can we do to help you guys?
Well, what you can do is continue supporting, number one. Number two, we do need more people on the board. We need some males. Like right now, it's women loaded, it's female loaded.
Right.
And that could be fun for some, but you know, we need some balance. So we need some guys to come out there. Hi, Peter. Um,
Yeah,
we need
Peter.
some.
Peter, we need you to come along.
Yeah, and Peter would be great for the organization because he's a wealth of knowledge and ability.
Right.
We don't just want talkers. We want people who are willing to work and sometimes be able to take the criticism. It's okay for people to criticize. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Because it's about what we're doing. And usually, you're doing a good job when people are criticizing
That is
because they're
true.
just jealous they're not there being part of the decision making process. So that's okay.
Right.
So yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, so we just need promotion of events in the future is what you all can help us with, and showing up as well, and remembering that we're not a revenue based, um, uh, you know, organization. So some of the stuff we do ask for people to give, and we try to give back as much as we can.
Right.
But it's simple. Everybody just do their little part, and we can be a great thing.
Nice. So,
Adria, do you see the question on the screen?
Yeah. Where do you see the?
Nigel, Mr. Corriette.
Good evening, Mr. Corriette. Nice question.
Hi, sir.
in the next 2 3
Where do I see it heading in the next 2 to 3 years? Hopefully we can get back to some norm. Hopefully we can get back to some norm in terms of bringing community together, growing the organization, bringing young people to the forefront. The idea is not for me to stay or for any one of us to stay, but for the organization to continue. And in order for it to continue, we need to keep bringing new blood on board. So if people can come out, be a part of it, create opportunity, like, all the technical stuff, right? If we had more technical people, we'd be doing more online. But then that's a challenge. So we need people who are able to do things. It's not just about taking a seat and holding a title. It's
Right.
about ability. And I think that's where we're lacking most, in terms of what forward movement can happen with the organization.
Right. I back in the day, I think it was more not easier, but I think we were willing to do more as young men, as far as those things go, because
Yeah.
I wasn't part of the association myself, but I did things around the community, like, I mean. So I think what it is right now, it's the generation has changed where all these kids are into the video games, the computer era, right? So they're not really trying to be outside. So if there's a way, we could reach out to them. You know what I mean? I don't know how, but somebody out there has to be, good on those type of things.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean? But go ahead.
we have a ear here, so hopefully people are listening.
Right. You need to get the kids out. Too much computer. Now they've been inside for a whole year. So hopefully, if we go back to norm, I
Mhm.
mean, all these kids that's behind the computer, the parents that's looking now could actually send them back out and put them in those in little activities out there. Ballet and whatever else.
Let me tell you, that would be an ideal if we had a program with some dancers. I remember we had a choir one time,
Right.
and not just, the same six people, like, make it contagious, like
Yeah.
make it exciting, bring back some of the quadrille, the belly dance, like, like I used to do it. I was a boy because we didn't have enough boys when we were younger. I had to dance as the man,
Right.
so
Right.
we all did our part, but it's the parents too. So we want the parents to keep the culture alive, right?
Right.
Like it's about being proud of the culture,
Yeah.
so you have to start them young. You can't come when they're 16.
Hmm. I do see a lot of parents involving the little girls though, especially in the WAP duet roles and all those things.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know what they gotta do to encourage the boys, but gotta do something.
Well, I have two young men that I'm looking at right now. So I'm just saying the next time we need
uh,
some guys to put on a red sash.
this year, no, you know what? Around those times, I do put on my sash and my what and what.
What
But
happened to you? What happened to
I'll,
you?
I'll tell you about this
Yeah,
young man.
you.
Hold on, I'll tell you about this young man. Like I said, I did my role, and Hernika is my
Yeah, she's your partner, right?
yeah. So, but as far as this young man goes right now,
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
while ago, I asked my wife, "It gonna rain, man?" She said, "Yeah, it's gonna rain tomorrow." I say, "Yeah, I feel it," and
Your
and
knees
that
hurting.
that was the right knee.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Novels, is that anytime we ask men to participate, they all have the same knee. That right knee always,
Well,
always, always hurting them.
Yeah.
novelist, you have a right knee.
You have the left.
Exactly. Now, but in terms of me, what like novelists will tell you, for me to do that, that means I have to cross the border, and currently I can't cross the border.
Well, when we open up, I'm saving the date. I'm saving the date
No
and
man,
a
no man,
dance ticket, and I'm looking for you.
no man. You don't have to save. What you have to worry. You don't have to save me a ticket. I
Uh,
am willing to come and entertain. This is what I
okay,
do.
okay,
I mean,
perfect.
was Island Therapy there? CEO there too. That is it.
Okay, got
That
it.
is it.
And I see Nigel out there. When he crossed the border too. Peter,
Hey.
I'm calling you guys out when you guys, when it's time. I'm calling you out.
So I'll be the mouth for my partners and them. So fellas, there's one way we can escape that. Let's get the younger men to join.
No,
Not
well,
not
it's not.
escape,
I
include.
No, no,
Yes,
no,
include,
no.
yes,
Novelist,
include.
novelist, novelist. So
Mhm.
you know where it comes to giving people fire. You don't want to get a fire from the CEO.
You,
So I got start to drop a fire all now. So if you're in Canada and you are a young man and you are of Dominican descent and you are not represented
no,
for
if
your
you're,
culture, best you
Mhm.
throw yourself off a cliff
Oh
because
wow.
no, I straight. You have to represent. If you don't know where you're coming from, brother, find out. Learn about your culture because your culture is who you are. You will never be.
Absolutely.
You will never be. Even if you're born in Canada, you will never be Canadian, my brother. But you will always be Dominican, no matter what. Because I have two cultures, and I make sure that I represent for both.
Important. Show up.
Yeah,
We need you to
novelist, I
show
know I
up.
gotta get fire for the throw yourself off the cliff talk. Eh?
Is
I
it-
know.
Management can check me on that later, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not supporting that one.
yeah.
I know there is like
No, sorry, okay, I will change it from a
I
cliff
know that there
to the
is
garbage
classes
bin.
to be popular.
What
Sorry.
was?
I know
Say
dance
again, Nika.
classes could be popular for boys and girls. I tried and I kind of sucked though.
Okay, Nike Nika is sticky. See you.
Nike,
Yeah.
Try to
type
do
it
it.
Basically an
first. Type it
organization
first.
that is for type it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
type it
that
because
glitching?
we can't hear what you're saying.
yeah.
I don't know.
You
So
keep
I think.
coming and going, coming and going. I don't know why.
Well, Nigel is more than happy to help and to join
Let
and
me
put his sash on and all that good stuff.
I
So
I I just see him on I just see him on Sundays, so I know he has ability.
yes,
And Nikki's always been down. He took her from us, but that's okay. She's always there in spirit. But yeah, 100%. I'm glad to hear that. And we need people.
right,
We need people on the board. We need people to participate and to be willing to bring some new ideas. We're all about it.
right. Especially the computer geniuses. We look like we're moving into a new age. So maybe there's a way to bring everything online and bring
Yeah,
people
for
as well.
sure.
So you know what I mean.
For sure.
So, but where would people go to connect with you guys, the association?
Well, they can look us up on Facebook. Right now, we're using Facebook as a platform. They can also, I'm going to give my personal email because sometimes in the CDO email, I don't know, it's kind of fishy, but sometimes we get it or not. So my name, ANDRIAL@hotmail.com. And now you have it so you can share that.
Right.
But you can also definitely reach out to us on Facebook. That's another easy way to send us a message and reach out to us and see what's going on. We share a lot of information there as well.
Right. Are you guys on Instagram? Because all them children is on Instagram and TikTok
Man,
and
I'm gonna be honest. We have Instagram, but I don't even know what the handle is. I'm gonna be quite honest, because nothing really ain't happening, so there's not much being posted on there.
right, right,
But
Got you.
yeah, so it's kind of like it's all right. So, but I think Instagram and Facebook are two in one, right? So
right.
once we're live there, and then as things happen, you'll see it posted. So we'll share that way as well.
Nice. CEO, what's Nike question? You have Nike's question?
I've tried. I asked her, Nike, can you type it in the private chat so
Oh,
I can see it?
I thought she gave it to you, really.
No, she didn't get to me.
Oh, okay. Nicole is saying hi to you, Andrea.
Hi,
Miss
Nicole.
Georges.
Hi, Nicole.
Another. That's another person that should bring her son and to
And
participate.
Nicole is one person that everyone is tapping into. She's a brilliant woman, and so I know it's hard. I know it's hard to give yourself to something else, but she is a wealth of knowledge. I tell you.
Yeah, she's definitely doing a lot for the community as
Yeah,
well. So,
absolutely,
so
absolutely.
big
She's
up her.
always there, and that's the thing too. Is sometimes you can't commit to a board,
Right.
but you can show up and be there. That's important. That matters. So we thank everyone that supports the CDOA in every way. We want to continue our scholarship program as well.
Mm-hmm.
That was another big thing for students going on to post secondary education. So if people want to contribute to that, you're welcome. If they want to contribute to that, then we'd love to figure that out as well. We used to use the breakfast program to raise funds for the scholarships. So year before we gave out 3 scholarships, which
Right.
was wonderful, and we had private donors as well. So we just want to continue to give to young people. Even that, them applying for a scholarship is like pulling teeth. I don't know. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Nicole.
Nice. Okay, so we want to thank you, Andrea, for joining us this evening. And like I said, did this anything that we could do, you know, definitely contact TDN Radio because TDN is always willing to help and in whatever part they could play, right? So don't hesitate to reach out to us. You know what I mean? You're more than welcome to come back here and dissect if something pops up. You mentioned I should keep my phone close to me, so reach out.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And you guys continue to be safe. This was fun, and I look forward to it. I'll definitely be in touch, and I'll hold all of you to your word about support. When the borders open, I'm looking for certain people to cross. So
LA in Toronto.
I'm telling
No,
you, you heard it
no,
here. Your
no,
late breaking news.
Novelist.
Late breaking news.
Novelist, I guess she didn't watch what happened on Friday on the
No, I
People Them
didn't.
radio station.
No, I didn't see. That's a
She
good
want
thing.
boy, let me leave that alone, eh? We going on a boat ride and we just going to keep it just so.
Okay.
All
But
right,
thank you for
Andrea.
having me. All right.
All right,
Bless.
take care.
Take care. Thank you all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
That was Miss Andrea Alexander, the president of the Canadian Dominican Association out here in the Toronto area. And tonight we have more guests. This was interesting.
No, he was really interested in her. He was
Yeah.
really interested in her, bro. I learned
Yeah.
a lot. I didn't
So,
realize that the association was so deep.
yeah, they've been doing their thing for many years now. I couldn't tell you exactly how many years, but I'm pretty sure somebody could pop it up in Facebook thing as
It
well.
says
But
since 1970, so it
1970.
must be a lot.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
see?
that's a long time.
Yes,
Since
if you look
1970.
at the page,
That's over. That's over 50 years. That's a long time.
If you are Dominican and you are in Canada, I don't care what part of Canada you are, make sure you join this association right here because it's doing good things for keeping the Dominican culture alive, helping everybody, and doing a lot of things.
Right.
So, novelist,
Not only join, but in whatever way you could help.
yeah, support, man, support.
Yeah,
And I
most
think, and
definitely.
I know we have a big problem supporting our own, but sometimes we just have to give up the issues and the tissues and just support our own. Don't you think so, sir?
Well, let's start in the mirror first, and whoever wants to follow, will follow, right?
Well, yeah, I doing my thing. I did, no.
Right. So, speaking about culture, what we have in the CEO?
Boy, let me tell you
We
that.
have
Before
this
we go into
job.
the next group, I think we need to take a little breather. You know, cause we got a lot of information. So let me pop a little tune there.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
And I pop. It may not be a musical tune, but it might be a classical tune of a different nature. But let me listen to a little tune and then we go come back in with the next set of guests. Alright?
all right.
Now that we've had that little musical interlude, we had a chance to sway. We're moving on to another type of our culture, another aspect of culture, but it's now literary, sorry, culture. We're going to bring on a couple of members of the Pitana group. They write a lot of science fiction stuff. And just before we bring them on, I'm going to just give you a snippet of something, a little video, a little snippet, so you could just listen to what they wrote. And then, Novi, we bring them on?
Yeah, but first you have to say
What happened?
Pitano, I guess. Pitano, I like a Michigan kind of accent that.
Brother. Okay, so excuse me. let me go and find the V-neck just so you come in. Pito noir.
Yes. Now get into the clip.
Wow.
Hi, bonjour belle moon. I am Sharon Dorival, and I am a healthcare aide, wife, and mother of 3 wonderful children. I am also a writer, and I am thrilled to be a participant of Dominica Writers Festival. Today, I will be reading an excerpt from the Flying Quapo Collective. The title of my story is My Jamie's Place and can be found on page 61. But I don't think I was imagining the lady who appeared from my bedroom at 5:30 p.m. every weekday afternoon to assist me with my English assignments. Her dress was like lace and intricately delicate. She stood there and I wrote all the answers. She just placed the right words in my mind. She never spoke. When I was done, she walked back the same way she came from to a place I couldn't see. And I knew I wasn't fantasizing either. I don't like to think about the paranormal. After 1 year of this experience, I told my fourth form teacher, Miss Euseb, about the incident. She said, I must be hallucinating or living out a fantasy because she saw me every day sitting at my desk doing my work by myself. I should snap out of it and come back to earth. Miss Euseb told me alternatively, this might be an evil spirit and I should rebuke her if she comes back to visit me before it's too late. She showed me some verses in the Bible about spirits that possessed people's bodies and led them to do things they would otherwise never do. You must do as I say, please. Rebuke her if she comes back. Do it even though you are afraid.
That was just a little insert from uh, Miss Sharon Dorival. My brother, the minute I hear that first part of that story, I say, okay, John, be in the building. I got it.
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome to
Good
Dissect.
evening.
Please,
Good
so we're
evening.
going to go down the line and we'll allow everybody to introduce themselves now, and then we'll get into the hard 18 questions.
Right. So I guess we'll start with the lady to the left of me.
What color is she in?
She is in the left corner. She's under me. Under me, under me, under
Oh, the
me.
one under you. That,
Look
okay.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, below. Okay.
All right. I guess under you would be Miss Dorival.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone,
Good
and
evening.
thank you for a wonderful invite to Dissect. My name is Sharon Dorival, and I'm a member of Peter Noir. We write some interesting sci-fi literature, and I hope you will continue following us to get some good stories.
Right. Are you watching the program on another device? Because we're getting like a feedback.
I keep cutting off on on my laptop, so I tried my phone. Do you want me to turn off the phone?
Well, if you're using the phone, we can't have you turning off the phone, but we're getting a feedback from you.
Okay. In the meantime and in between time, we'll go while she's sorting out herself.
Yes, we go right.
We go to the person that now in between on the two of us.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Maisha Yuzeb, and I guess I'm the newest and youngest member of Tonwa.
Alright.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what role are you playing in?
Bro, we're doing the introductions. We get to the questions just now. Take your
Just
time now, boy. Where?
Okay, sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Where? That's you. I don't understand you.
Go ahead,
Jeez,
sir.
man. So directly on the Nikon, I know we have.
Hi, my name is Geoffrey Levy, aka Lionel Levy. I'm a founding member of the Pito Noir group. The other members are Boss Lady Nicole Georges and the late Ronald Deja, aka Rondi.
Okay.
Nice.
So wait, but you say Boss Lady Nicole Judges, and so why she hiding?
No boy, it's not that, bro. I will give you the story. Though. Look, Nicole going while on the chat there. Eh?
Yeah, she alright. Nicole, okay.
Nicole going while already on the chat. We just started. Nicole start sending some high exclamation points. See, boy, like what? Nicole go easy. Anyway, so
Okay, so
novelist from now you take over. Where we going first? The youngest
so
member, the
well,
founding member,
no,
or Miss?
since we already have Levy talking, we'll just he's a founding member, right? So
Right.
we'll
So
start.
they say, yeah.
So they say so.
Yeah.
So you
So
don't
you
No,
want
didn't
I
know.
mean, okay. Honestly,
Wait.
honestly, like I said, Nicole is the supreme commander, supreme leader.
right?
Like Ayatollah.
Okay.
That North Korea win there, man.
So
Middle East, Iran. Yeah. But
mm,
anyways, so our vision is to create a unique Dominican body of work
right.
that deals with the Afrofuturism while also preserving and building on Dominica's mythology and folklore.
Okay. So where are you guys based?
All over. Okay, so I am in South Florida,
Right.
Fort Lauderdale area. Nicole is in the Toronto area.
Right.
Yes.
And the rest of the members, like the other two on the screen with us,
Maisha, where you
Oh,
located?
I'm in Dominica.
or in Dominica,
Yeah.
and
Miss
Miss
Dorival.
Dorival. I think Miss Dorival is stuck.
Yeah, Miss Dorival is stuck there on you. So okay, so seeing that I have Mr. Levy here, I always had a very important question to ask.
Sure.
I sat
Shoot.
down
Yeah.
and I worked hard and I formulated this question, novelist.
Yeah.
Novelist, why they name the thing flying crapo? I never see a crapo fly yet. I see it jump, I never see it fly.
Okay. We wanted a title that spoke to our Dominican roots
Right.
while reflecting our focus on fantasy. It's a catchy name, a catchy title.
Right.
That's more or less it. It's something. It's supposed to hook you in.
Okay. But when I first heard of it, I thought it was because I guess I just associated it with a brand from Saint Lucia.
Lucia.
Yeah,
Why?
the piton.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
Right. So
Uh,
and then I did my research. And I was like, oh, okay, so I got it.
yeah.
So how long has this organization been in
Around,
existence? Yeah.
I believe in 2016. I think the earliest writers initiative we launched was a contest for Dominican sci-fi writers. It ran from, I believe, November 2016 to October to January, February 2017.
Right.
It was open to both first-time and published authors.
Okay, and is that the only event you guys have done so far?
No. I mean, we have done the Flying Crapo anthology. We have had various contests. We have awarded prizes,
Right.
monetary prizes, of
Okay.
course. So anybody who still wants to compete and write, then that's your incentive also. I mean, that shouldn't be your only incentive, but that's something that we hope will encourage aspiring writers.
Right. So I guess with this whole way that we live in now, I guess everything is pretty much being online or
Well, yes, and also with COVID, yeah, things have kind of reached that stage.
right.
Yeah. Hopefully, at some point, we will probably have real-time meeting.
Hmm.
I mean, like real-time as in non-virtual platform.
Right.
Maybe all in Dominica at some point, maybe 5 years, who knows, 4 years time.
Right.
So
Hopefully.
moving from Mr. Levy, we got some information. Now I want to question the beautiful young lady on my screen, Miss User, because not a lot I have not seen people. Novelist, tell Sam, leave me alone now, man. Sam just throw me off there, boy. Anyway, Miss Yuzeb, getting to you now. As a young lady, what got you interested in writing? Because this is something I don't see a lot of young ladies, in particular, getting into. Ali, because you look sort of like 17, 18 to me, I mean, that's an estimate of my. I'm not saying you are, but I'm like, what got you really interested in writing to the point when you are now a part of this group?
Okay, well, you were right. I am 18, actually. Um, the thing that got me, I'm not exactly sure what got me into writing. It to me, it just seems like something I've always done, but like writing has always been an easier way for me to express what I have to say. Because speaking out loud, I've always been terrible with words, but I've always been able to write down what I'm feeling or what I want to tell someone. So I guess that is why I stuck with writing.
Nice. So,
Well said, Masha.
Novelist, you
so
can ask your question, no?
no. Miss Dorville is here, so might as well go ahead and ask her. Your role. What role do you play in Pitonwa?
I'm a member of Peter Noir. I'm just writing
Okay.
at the moment.
So, and how
Yeah,
long have you been? Go ahead.
I've been with Peter Noir. It's about 2 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the piece that we played before we got you guys on, that was you right that was your writing and your voice in the back, obviously, right? But that was your writing, right, as well?
That is correct, yes. Margie Misplaces. That's the title of the story.
Okay. So,
And that was based in the village of Coliho.
okay. It had like a biblical twist to it. Like there's some,
Yes.
right. Is that is that one of your main focuses, or do you write, different things? I guess that question could go for both of you guys as well. But, is that your type of focus, or, do you write different things as well?
I write different things. I tend to focus on love, relationships, and like what I'm seeing in my neighborhood.
Right.
I work with a lot with people with dementia, so I would tend to lean on that side. I
Right.
like sci-fi though because it gives me so much freedom,
Okay.
and that's why I'm with that group.
Right.
But sometimes you will see I have poems.
Right.
I write
Okay.
a few poems on my love of Dominica. As I travel, I write different things. Whatever interests me, I write. Like whatever I see. If it's an issue in society, I will write on it.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. So Aisha, I guess I'll ask you the same question. Do you like Are you stuck on like one particular idea, or?
I write a lot of fantasy stuff. Like I write a lot of fantasy, but I also I write more than anything else. I write poetry,
Mm-hmm.
really, because poetry to me seems easier to write than actual stories and novels, honestly. So yeah.
Right. Okay. So, is there like, do you have like a favorite poet, or, is there somebody? Is there well, like, where do you get the inspiration from?
It My inspiration doesn't really come from any poet or anything like that because
Then it's just your
I
surroundings.
rarely do read poetry.
Right.
But like when I write poetry, it's about like things that happen around me or like people I know or a situation I'm going through or something like that.
Okay. So Miss Dorval, you said you like sci-fi. So I take it you watch a lot of sci-fi movies as well too.
Not particularly,
No.
but I really enjoy our folklore of Dominica, the myths of Dominica, and I find that it's not documented, and it's
Right.
very good that Peter Noir is doing that. Like as you maybe grew up in Dominica, and when they tell us about the Sukunya, the Lugawoos,
Right.
the Lajables,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have that written down to pass on to our kids. So
Right.
that is really good, and I'm happy that Nicole have taken the initiative to
Right.
document that, and then we can have it for our kids.
Right.
That's our cipher. That's what we know. Like we know, actually in Dominica, I think this is the true science we have. When we go down to the trees, into the mountains, we can say exactly what this herb is for. If it's
Right.
to put it on our clothes, to turn the sukuyas upside down, or that kind of a thing. That's
Right.
the interest, and it's really what we believe it works. They give us a little bag with herbs in it, and then you walk that no spirit can touch you.
Right.
This kind of stuff that spike interest.
Right. Oh, okay. Nice. So,
Uh,
go ahead.
Levi, sorry,
Sir.
I'm going to ask you to answer all the questions the novelist asked the ladies, but apparently he was being discriminatory towards you.
It's
I,
okay.
I believe in balance, so
I understand, man. Yeah.
let me get your inspiration and stuff for your writing and all that. And
Yeah.
when you're done with that, I am going to put Maisha on the spot. Yes,
Oh.
I want to because I have something that I can play from Levi after he speaks, but I have
Levy.
not Levi. Sorry, I
Yeah.
have nothing from you, so I am putting you on the spot right after Levi speaks and I play his video. Would you do us the honor of being the first poet slash writer to read something of their work on Dissect?
Okay,
Please.
sure, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Sure. Okay.
Thank you. So yeah,
Okay, me, I'm in.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I mean, I am a nerd. You know, I am in the science field. I do a lot of machine learning stuff, programming, and I am drawn to the paranormal and sci-fi. That's just it. I think my next novel will be about a superhero from Dominica. You know,
What?
superhero from Dominica. Superhero.
Hold on. So what to be superpower? Drinking rum?
Oh, no. I mean,
that would be an interesting one.
no, I mean, probably, I mean, somebody who they called a Sukuya, but really, like she has real powers,
Okay,
maybe somebody who has a broomstick and they would call her a witch, but really, the broomstick has, mystical powers from God or whoever.
Moses' rod.
Hold on.
Yeah, Moses' divine rod, yes.
Hold on.
So-
But if she have a broom, where did she get the broom? Did she buy it from Nasi for? Yeah, it's a broom, but it's all kind of brand of broom now in Dominica.
I guess
Chinese version, it's a Japanese version,
yeah, probably cocoa broom,
way papa.
natural, yeah, nothing store-made. Yeah.
All right. So at this point, no novelist, as he mentioned, his cocoa broom and the super flyers, and the super flyers. I'm going to now drop a little bit of the stuff that he has written,
Yes, let's get into it.
and then after that, I have 2 questions from Naika, which I'll ask, and then the beautiful Maisha will say or deliver her literary work. First ever time done on any show, on any talk show on TDN. By the way, just saying, we just break records here.
Hello, my name is Geoffrey Levy. I go by the pen name of Lionel Levy. I belong to the Piton Noir group. Today I bring you my short story titled Free But Cannot Agree. His blurry vision cleared. The sun was being blocked by the leaves of a tall mango tree. Lying on his back, he debated whether to pick the red, swollen mango hanging 20 feet from his spot in the grass. He nodded. He would surely climb the tree, pluck his prize, and consume the evidence of the crime so quickly that no one would ever see. Ripe mangoes had no right to provoke him. He rolled onto his side and realized a trail passed through the grass, a trail of fine black pebbles. He squinted. A cloud of black flies hovered over the body of an agouti at the side of the trail. He blinked as a few drops of sweat trickled down into his eyes. Where in bloody hell was he? Might as well be someplace close to hell, because the morning air was a blanket of dry heat. He stared at a cluster of dashing plants that populated a nearby hill. Although the hill looked familiar, he felt like an out-of-town drifter, a fiber of cotton trapped in the breeze. His eyes followed the trail. In both directions, it went up a hill and disappeared around the curve. He gingerly rubbed a painful lump on his temple while monitoring a droning sound in the distance. How did he get at that lump? The droning sound became a rumble, as if 100 people were beating goatskin drums without rhythm, and a large white object came into view. It started rolling down the trail. He squinted. The object was a covered cart with fat wheels and windows. Through the front glass, he saw 2 black men, one of whom waved a red flag out of a side window. As the cart rumbled past, he observed some writing on the flag. He paid no attention to the words. He couldn't read. The cart continued along the trail, moving up the hill and out of sight. He was overwhelmed with amazement. How had that bulky cart managed to go up the hill on its own power? Another cart came down the trail. This one painted grey and moving at a slower speed than the previous cart. Red flags poked out of the windows. The cart rumbled by, packed with black people shouting, "Vote Labour Party!"
At that point there, I cut that off, because if I continue, that will become a different story there. So Nika had asked some questions in the background, and I want to ask all of them, and whoever can answer them will answer them. So the first question is, has Pitois Noir have any books published by a company? That's not one. 2 is, if you would like to join Pitois Noir, how do you do this? And how are the writing competitions evaluated? So whoever would like to take up that role, or do we have to text Nicole to find out?
Yeah, text Nicole. So many questions. Well, okay, so one of the questions I can answer, there is a Facebook group, Pitois Noir group, where we accept invitations.
Okay. So if
And
you want,
yes,
so if you want to join, you just simply look for the Pitois Noir Facebook group.
Yes, and also there's also a WhatsApp group. It's more recent.
All right.
Okay, so
to answer your question, yes, we do have a book that was published.
right.
And as I look into it, there is no publishing press on it. So I believe it was self-published, but Nico will have more information on that book.
I just popped it up on the screen.
Okay.
Pitois Noir is published via Amazon.
Amazon.
Big up Jeff Bezos one time.
Boss lady, you should have been here.
No, watch me. You see.
Group leader.
Yeah.
Our email address is Pitois. You see that?
Okay, so I guess for anybody who's on Facebook, I'm pretty sure the comment shows up on TDN TV as well. So
No,
it's
I have to put it up.
You have to put it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the address is Pitois Noir. Was that 1?
Yes.
Gmail.com.
Yes, that's their email address if you want to contact them, if you want to join.
Right.
You see? And then boss lady is going to tell me, go easy, yeah?
So,
You see what I mean?
so what we watched there, all that start with a mango just
My brother,
provoking the man.
no, my brother, the man go and climb the tree like an idiot and he fall down. That happened there.
The mango provoking the man.
Well, he
Okay.
wrong to go. He wrong to go and look for the mango in the first place. He should have watched it cut
Okay,
eyes
I
and
see.
roll.
So the story is really an old take on the political rivalry between our two main groups.
Right.
I know it's
Yeah.
that, you know. I
It takes
didn't want to
place-
go down that road, you know, but it's that.
No, very briefly. It takes place both in the future, I mean in the past and the present tense. See, so
Nice.
it's yeah.
So that's why the father was amazed the cat go up the hill by himself.
That's correct. Yeah,
Buffy,
he's
we need
from
to
the
get
past.
a katsu. We need to get a katsu. Anyway, fellas, on behalf of myself and my crew now, I ready to hear the poem. And I don't know about all you.
So yeah, we're gonna be going by. Is it a poem that you're gonna do or?
It's something. It it's kind of a poem. It's like a think piece, and it's a tiny bit long, but not that long.
Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
Time, don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's
Whenever
it's
you feel like
titled.
stopping, you stop. Go ahead.
Okay. It's titled "From a Child Who Felt at Home in Your Arms."
Hmm.
To the house I grew up in. I visited you a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was months ago. I can't seem to keep my days straight anymore. The outside looked different, but it wasn't such a major change that I didn't recognize the place I grew up. There was still that gate that faced the street that we would tire ourselves out on. The house was still painted the same color and the same number of windows were there, but the flowers at the front were missing. Those hedges that hid the front yard from the outside world, they were gone. They were gone, and I didn't know when they disappeared. There weren't any flowers outside the fence surrounded by rocks anymore. Maybe it's because she was dead. She was the one who planted those flowers. But I was fine with those simple changes because everything else seemed the same. It still seemed like that house I grew up in. That house we would stay up in when there was no electricity and tell stories, stories that scared me at a young age. We would play Monopoly and card games and play cooking and bingo. We were kids and we were happy and we never thought of growing up. And the house didn't seem like it grew up either. The house was still cleaned from top to bottom every Christmas and the windows still strung with lights. There was still that tiny television and that fish tank. The tank is empty now, but there were fishes in there back then, and it was fun taking care of them. That house holds so many memories of a young girl who dreamed of her sisters and cousin, and it was a fine house. I can still remember that one cousin coming to visit, and he chased us up and down with a lizard. My great grandmother scolded us for running about. I miss her now. I regret not crying like everyone else, but it's too late for that now. I remember walking along the side of the house past the candles she laid out in commemoration of the dead. I don't think anyone lights those candles anymore. That day, whenever ago I visited, I almost cried when entering the backyard. The backyard that was once filled with the vibrant yellow and orange flowers that took up so much space. If I closed my eyes, I could almost hear those bees buzzing around those flowers. Strangely enough, it was because of those flowers I got stung by a bee. The dog that once took up residence in your yard died a couple years ago, and that's sad to me because I remember being so scared of that dog. And there were two cherry trees I can distinctly remember, but there is only one now and it doesn't live up to its former glory. There aren't as many mango trees, those trees I was so scared to climb. No creeping vines of passion fruit that we would pick to make juice in our little toy blenders. I love you, I really do, but there's no more of those kids who would sit together and have so much fun. We wouldn't do puzzles or play cooking and or tell stories anymore. We all grew up and we're not the same, but we maybe all miss the old you. I miss the flowers mostly, even though I hated them back then. They were a symbol of my childhood. But some things didn't change at all. There's still that same rusty pull-up set that we would try to use but couldn't. There's still the doghouse, even though there is no dog now. The shed from so long ago that I can never remember entering still stands proud in all its rusty glory. But now there's trees I never climbed and plants I never picked. Flowers that were never present when I was just a child, and maybe that signifies that we have grown past those children who loved the world. Instead of orange and yellow flowers, there are roses, roses that were never a part of who we are. But I thank you for raising us. You raised so many of us and loved us. You would watch us laugh and cry and scream and play. You would watch as we made friends with the neighbors' children and teased each other endlessly. You made us who we are, even though we left each other ages ago. And there are no more of those flowers or those trees, but it doesn't belong to us anymore. You haven't belonged to us in a long time. From a child who felt at home in your arms.
Wow, that was amazing. All three of you guys, that was amazing.
Novelist.
Wait, so you just turned 18, or you've been 18 for a while now?
Last December. Last December. Last December. Last
Wow,
December.
that's good, right?
Novelist,
Yes, sir.
on behalf of myself and my crew, I don't care what
That
anybody
was
say.
What
wonderful.
crew is that?
S- Somebody better get this girl printed and published, bro. I don't want to hear no long stories. I have you. People have no excuses. I have I bro, I have shivers in my spine, dog, just listening to the type of language and vivid description of a house that I have never been to.
Yeah. So yeah.
Nicole, eye on your
That
back.
was amazing.
Nicole, eye on your
That
back,
was
yeah.
amazing.
Well, they better check her area. She needs. Nah, yo, keep up the good work. You need, yo,
Definitely.
no,
Okay,
trust me,
thank you. Thank
no,
you.
trust me.
So
Miss
you,
Dorival and Mr. Levy. You see, right? You see,
no, Livy, after that, you see that mango thing. I used to love mango. I mean, not I used to love mango. I still love mango. I used to climb a lot of mango trees when I was young.
I go to
fell
that
off
mango
a lot
thing,
of
man.
mango trees. So for me starting mango, you had my attention. You grabbed my attention right away, right? So you see that superhero you're talking about. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward
If I look it,
to hear something like
yeah,
from
man, yeah, man.
that.
Okay.
You guys are amazing. I'm glad I got the chance to speak to you guys. Like
Definitely.
I never knew about this. You know what I mean? I've never been. I obviously know Dominica has writers, but to actually see it for myself, I like that. I like that.
A
So
que- I have a question for Miss Yusef. You currently going to the rental college the state college in Dominica, right?
Yes.
What are
Yeah.
you studying there?
Psychology and English writing.
And listening to you, I could say that you probably went to one of the best high schools in Dominica, correct?
Convent High School.
Yeah, I figured that out. I figured that out from start to finish. Because my sister actually went to that school. They turned out some very good human beings. Well-rounded human beings. Sometimes robotic, but well-rounded all the same. So,
Robotic.
yeah, oh,
I mean,
bro,
he's not
trust,
wrong. He's not wrong. Honestly,
yo,
he's not wrong.
listen to me.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I have the experience of seeing my sister when she was in fifth form be almost like they programmed her. So it the thing about Convent High School, and I give them their props for that, novelists, which is something I wish every school in Dominica would do, is that they make sure they push their top students to excel and
Right.
excel well.
Yeah.
nice.
You understand?
So Nicole said you guys will be participating in the Dominica's Writers Festival. But do you guys have like some event coming up or an event that just took place or something?
Yes, the Writers Festival it begins yesterday with Dom Festa,
Okay.
actually, and we will be participating in that.
Oh, so it started yesterday, and how long is
Yeah,
it?
Dom Festa started yesterday, last night, actually.
Right. So how long is this festival?
So Writers Festival, it starts from May 10th to May 15th.
Right. And how would the viewers be able to connect to that? Like, is that something you could watch on online or listen to on some type of device?
You can follow the Dominica Cultural Division. There's a website on Facebook, and that's where they will be putting all our videos, everything we have submitted to that festival. For that event, it will be played there. I think right now you can pay $12 US to watch that show from Dawn Festa. Even tonight, you can watch for $12. But I don't know where. I don't have the link for that.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, novelists right now last night began the Dominica Festival of Arts, which the Writers Festival is a part of.
Mm-hmm. That's where it all started.
Nice.
All right.
So
maybe it's on ComC TV. I don't know because
I'm pretty sure Nicole will probably put up the link
somewhere there. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of that.
She's been doing a lot of linking there.
Hopefully she put this up for us.
So just so that in case people want to go follow you guys personally, hook up with you all personally to follow some of your works, because how do they get in contact with you guys? If people like me just want to get in contact with you guys about some of your work, how do we do this?
So let's start with Levy and we'll go across the room.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe the best single contact point is Nicole. She has all our info and she can distribute accordingly.
All right. So for that we'd have to get Nicole Judges to give us
Yeah,
her.
Nicole could
Yeah,
Yeah,
put up the
yeah.
thing there.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
right way to go through it.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
one.
No, I
Yeah.
mean it's all about this, but you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but do you guys do your private stuff, or it's all about Peter Noir with you guys?
Actually, no. I mean, I've published before. I've got a book out there.
Right.
Um, but lately I've been doing short stories because I don't really have time to do anything big now.
Okay.
I've been so consumed with my work and other stuff. It's challenging.
All right. So how would we get your past work?
Okay, so my claim to fame is a book called The Silver Spoon Effect. Silver Spoon Effect. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
It's about well, more or less, it's paranormal. It's about the murder of a 14-year-old boy being murdered in Dominica, and then the boy talks to a priest and tells the priest to solve the crime,
Right.
and then he leaves for the US and lives a supposedly normal life, and then he finds out that he has paranormal powers, and his obsession with his mom's murder turns him into a deadly machine.
Okay.
Hmm.
So we could get that on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
I'll
So
get
Miss
that
Miss
one.
Darva, Miss Darva, what about you? Do you do your like private work? And if you do, how can we get it?
Yes, I have been writing for a long while,
Mm-hmm.
and you can check on Amazon.ca or Amazon.com, even Barnes and Novel, and all my work are available there. I'm also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And right now, what I'm doing is reviewing Dominica offers. I
Right.
bought most of the books and I am just reading them and writing reviews for them. So kind of like advertisement, you share it and people can buy to
Right.
big up the country. So when I write my reviews, I put it on Goodreads
Mm-hmm.
and people can see that. And sometimes at the end of the year, there'll be a contest to see which book wins.
Right.
That there's a contest I win, so that if they win, I trying to push Dominica this year. I didn't see any Dominican book make it, but last year, I believe the lady who wrote that Creole book, she did come up on top on Goodreads. So that's what I am pushing.
Right.
So I'm hoping that Peter Noir can make it, and I know there's other sci-fi writers like Dr. Dankaben and others. So that's what I'm doing. So you can read most of my reviews either under the books I've bought on Amazon or on Facebook. I put it on Dominica Association, Literary Association, Dominica Arts and Literary Association, even on the White Equibly pages,
Okay.
on the Dominica Cultural Division page, White Equibly Writers, like everywhere where people are, where writers are, I participate and I just send it there so people can read and they can buy.
Okay. So if we're looking, if we could go Shannon Darville on Facebook or
Sharon.
Sharon Darville, I'm sorry, on Facebook or any of the social media sites.
Or SharonDorival.com, and I will take you to the link. Even DorivalWorks.com, you can find my work here.
All right. Aisha, what about you? Anything?
Yeah,
private?
no.
No.
Yeah, all everything I write, it's just stored in my laptop and it's just sitting there.
Well,
It's
girl,
nowhere out
you
there.
need to get that out there.
No,
You know.
hey, I have spoken, and Miss Georges know when the CEO has spoken,
Mm-hmm.
he will be on her back like a dirty diaper from way back when. So, Miss Georges, we need to find a way to get Miss Yuseb published, please. I would like to read some of her stuff, please. Like, have it in my hand so I can buy it.
And what's your social media handle since we're talking to you right now?
Yeah.
Oh, mine is my_Uzeb, MAI_EUZEBE. Yeah,
Okay.
All right. That will be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
that's on Instagram.
Oh, Gram. The Gram.
And there's also another one on Instagram alone called The Shattered People. Yes, The Shattered People.
The Shattered
All right.
People. So
Alright.
you only like your Instagram.
Yeah, man. She likes the Gram. She likes the Gram. She likes the
Well, I
Gram.
want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. This is interesting. Again, I learned something new.
But
I will be looking for the Dominica superhero, whether it's a Sukuya, Lugawu, or whatever it is. You guys please follow Sharon Dorival on Facebook and or go SharonDorival.com. Follow her as well. And thank you guys. Thank you guys. Stay
Thank
Yeah.
blazing,
you.
Aisha.
Thank
Stay
you.
blazing.
Thank
And,
you for having us.
right. And
Thank you.
hopefully we have you guys sometime in the future again.
Okay.
Okay. One question though for Nigel. Does it say Nigel I see dancing on Sundays?
Yes, Mr. Coriette, yes.
Okay. All right. Bingo.
So Nigel is the ballerina inside here.
We,
I catch him. Okay. I catch him
All
now.
right.
I catch him.
all right, thank you guys.
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah, man.
So of course this was the Peter Noir family here with us on Dissect, and of course we want to thank Miss Andrea Alexander from the Dominic Association out here in the Toronto area for being with us as well. And yeah, we'll bring that. You can bring Nika back. You know, you can bring Nika back.
I mean, boy,
Yeah, hopefully your
like
mic
a-
is working now.
like I tell her she was glitchy.
She was glitchy.
Like
Oh
us big
yes,
glitch.
it's been really,
Same thing.
yeah, you just shut out of nowhere. I don't know what happened.
Man, today was a glitchy day for everybody else except novelists, which is a good thing. Yo.
All praises.
Yo, Novi,
You just out of
interesting show.
nowhere.
Yes.
Very good show, my brother. I learned so much today, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I
they
hope-
were, they were amazing, you know.
I hope nobody felt that I was too hard on them, because I was given a warning from before time not to go hard on anybody, so I was trying to be nice.
And you alone.
My brother, I get a whole lecture, you know.
As usual, we're like, bro, this is nothing new. I mean, come on.
I get a whole lecture. Don't
You
go
get a
hard on them
lecture. You
people.
get a lecture from everybody.
I like, bro.
Only the Dissect crew have not lectured you, so we have what, a minute left, so they can give you all the lectures.
Dissect crew can't lecture me. Dissect crew know what it is about. Yo, but
so-
on behalf
So
of
next week.
boy, next week is a deadly thing, you know.
Yeah, next week should be another interesting
Boy,
program.
Next
We
week we're
should
going
be
to
found
Trinidad
ourselves.
and
We didn't have any
Tobago.
scandals today.
Was that Nika?
Was that Niger?
No scandals today. Usually we go
Yeah.
hard and then we just talk about whatever
Yeah.
important stuff.
Easy.
No. No, it was an
So-
easy show, man. It was an
Yes.
easy show.
CEO,
Yo,
next week we have Doug E. Slaughter from Trinidad
that and Tobago, my brother.
And
For those of you who don't understand who is Doggy Slaughter, I'm going to sing one song from way back in the days.
you going to sing?
Yeah, man, I can sing a song, man.
Boy, watch the views go down here. 5, 4.
Vodka in my brain, vodka in my head. Soca in my brain, soca in my head. We're gonna have about Doggy Slaughter on Trinidad and Tobago. He just dropped an album, so I'm gonna be featuring that album during the week on After Lunch Mix
Right.
throughout the week, and then he gets to come on at Saturday. And of course, we're gonna have a young lady from who lives over in Edmonton by the name of Masani St. Rose. She teaches dance and all that good stuff. She does African dance and all that good stuff. So, and she does it virtually. So if you want to sign up and learn how to do certain cultural dances, do this. But just next week is another interesting thing. The week after that, I heard we have a partner from Bokton. That I heard I said it out then.
Until next week, folks. We'll see you guys here at 6 p.m. Dissect next week. Nika, have a blessed week. A blessed
Yeah, man.
weekend. Thank you for
See
joining
you guys next weekend.
us.
Yeah, man.
And
My pleasure.
Mike should be working better next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend her internet should be more stable.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Usually,
I